Good to see you, Mortimer. Thanks for coming in. Alright, what's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? What's going on to the moon? What's going on, John Santos? Beardy, good to see you. Chili, what's going on? Barb, good to see you. Hey, JB. Rock Smash, Kango. Alright, guys, well, it's been a minute since we look at the charts. Let's hop on in here. So, not a bad pump out of the weekend consolidation range here. We have hit key resistance here, but what's nice is we have broken our 4-hour market structure back bullish here. So we can say that it's innocent until proven guilty again. So let's check out our larger time frames here. So on the daily, we have our story here. So we broke bearish structure here and then came up, retested golden pocket, came back down, and so far the bulls are fighting to save the daily, and a 4-hour break of structure is a great start for that. Let's take a look at our alright, so if we do push up this week, you could get like a bullish engulf above 115.3. Overall, not bad. Kind of the lower of these levels that we were looking at from last week. We do have a 1 hour strong low here at around 113,400. The two kind of key areas that I'd be looking for on a retrace, it's going to be like the decision block right here and then the original range. And how would we know if we're going to go test those? If we get a break on the 1 hour, we're likely going to come down, get some sort of, if we get a break on the 1 hour, we're likely going to come down and get some sort of actionable structure down here. That would be a fantastic long to come back and attack these. Let's see. We are in our golden pocket right now, so it's definitely something to be aware of. We have some 5-minute structure down here, like 114K, but really I'd look for like this 1 hour break, just for an opportunity to get long again, right? Now, if we get a 5-minute break here, any sort of 5-minute bullish break back would be good to come attack these highs again, since we are in a 4-hour uptrend now. We are kind of making our way through this 2-hour supply here. A lot of volume on that rejection wick there. We have reclaimed this Spidey. Yeah, so kind of the two levels that we have to watch here is kind of like the 15 and 5-minute structure here, around like 114-ish, and then 113.5. As long as these hold, we can likely continue to grind up. If you get a 15-minute close below here, then you could have opportunities between here and this low. Otherwise, if this low breaks, these are going to be where you can build your swing long positions for this like next 4-hour push. Would be either a return to this weekend breakout range or a bounce from this decision block here. So if you're looking for a swing trade, I would be looking for any breaks of structure down here. If we do get any sort of mitigation retrace here, that would be a great place to look for like a 15-minute or 1 hour structure break. Above us, the key levels are still the same. If we break through here, we should not have a tough time at all getting up to like 115,400. And this is kind of the key area of supply here. So maybe if we break through here, we can get some sort of mitigation here. Something to be aware of. So if we do set a new 4-hour low, so if we do get like 2 red candles here, that would be a new 4-hour strong low if we do break the highs. So 4-hour structure is not really in trouble until we set a low and set another high, and then we have like our new strong low on the 4-hour. Oh yeah, let me close that. Okay. I am feeling better. I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you, Jenna. Yeah. I was sick for like a week, man. That was crazy. So let's mark out our zones here. Alright, so we can remove our old zones here. Yeah, so these would be kind of the key areas that I'd be looking for. This little like 4-hour demand zone here, and the original range here. Otherwise, you're free to scalp this as long as no structure breaks in the 15 or 1 hour. But it would be nice to get a mitigation pullback here and then continuation, just to kind of build some longs in here. The RR would be great. All right, and then yeah, I wouldn't really be looking at shorts, guys. I mean, if you get some sort of like topping structure up here, you can try to take a short, but just understand that now that we're in a 4-hour uptrend, if you're taking the short, you should just be looking for this pullback move. You shouldn't be looking for like a swing short. It should be more like a scalp. And really, breaks the structure bearishly are just positions to look for an entry to attack the highs once it breaks back bullishly. All right, guys. Is there any other questions on Bitcoin? Oh, I didn't realize I was still on the screen. Hopefully I didn't cover anything up. Um, should be better now. We still have some work to do, Marcos. I mean, it's definitely a good sign that we broke 4-hour structure back bullish. We are still under daily bearish structure. So it puts us in a position where we have where the weekly is bullish, the daily is bearish, and the 4-hour is bullish. Now, these are the conditions that you would look for if you're trading on the weekly for trying to get into a weekly swing trade to front run the daily, is whenever your entry time frame matches with your trend time frame, and it kind of front runs the daily break, right? But if you close a daily candle back above 118, then I would say we're definitely going to challenge the all-time high. But it's more likely now than it was before we got a 4-hour market structure break on the way down. I think we also got, yeah, we got a 12-hour market structure break as well, which is pretty significant. So we very much could come challenge this daily high, but that would be kind of the last condition that I would be looking for, is like a daily candle close above 118. We're going to come attack the all-time high at that point, more than likely. I mean, nothing's a sure thing, right? But more than likely. With seasonality and everything as well, it's looking good. Yeah, I mean, this 12-hour looks great. We have a fresh bull trend on the 12-hour. Actually, let's see. So did we get... Oh, we did get a 12-hour break at the lows here. Okay. And then we broke. Yeah. Yeah, so we have a fresh 12-hour trend here, which is great. Hopefully we get some sort of mitigation into one of our key zones. If we don't, we can just continue to scalp it up on like the scalping time frames, like 15 and 5 minute. But I would expect us to get some sort of pullback here. But yeah, it looks strong. As long as these strong lows don't break, this thing can continue to move up to like 115, 400. Where's the strong low at right now? So it depends on the time frame. So like the 1 hour strong low is at 113,500. The 15 and 5 minute strong low is at like 114.52. And then our 4 hour strong low, we haven't set a new low since we broke structure. So if you're trying to mark the new 4 hour strong low, it's going to be down here. And that's your 12-hour strong low as well. Yeah, so your 4 hour and your 12-hour strong low now is at like 108.621. Okay, cool. Any other questions on Bitcoin? If you guys want to look at any altcoins, you guys can throw them in the chat. We'll go through the altcoins today. Okay, I'm gonna assume there's no questions on Bitcoin, so let's check out ETH. Wow, a lot of scribbles on here. Okay. Okay, so we were looking for ETH to come down to these levels for a long time. So ETH finally hit the first buy level here around 3,900. Let's zoom in. Has ETH had its 4-hour break yet? So ETH does break 4-hour out of this. What do we have at the lows? So we had 1-hour structure here. Breaks 1 hour, off to the races. Up we go. Let's see. Yeah, 15-minute and 1 hour. Yeah, you break 15-minute here. Flag out sideways and you push. Okay, so let's look at a fresh chart here. This one is a little messy. Okay. All right. So obviously we have a lot of key levels on the way down. Our first little area of interest is going to be this demand right here. Then we have our flag here. It's nice that these areas were not mitigated on the way up, because that means they're going to be good support whenever the price comes back down. So we did mitigate this area here. Yeah, this area has generally been mitigated in the decision block, so it is possible that on mitigation we come all the way back down here, but we'd have to slice through all of these support levels. So I would say it's more likely that we get a bounce. This thing's kind of following its demand chain, at least now, as it goes up. But yeah, I would kind of set my alerts here. So that'd be kind of like the 41, 47 area, like basically 4080 to 4150, and then 4069 to 3965. And really, you're just looking for price to enter one of these areas, break 15-minute market structure, and then you're just calculating your risk to reward back to the highs if we get some sort of pullback. So whether that happens here or down here, it would be a long back up to the highs. Let's check out Solana. Well, let me see where we might find resistance first. So we're kind of retesting this range, the bottom of the range here. If we are able to break through this, I mean, we should be coming up to like 4,400. Should be a nice little move for ETH. Man, this took forever to play out. What was the date back here? It took like a month. We were looking at this from like August for it to come back to this level. Awesome. Okay. Check out Sol. Okay, so we were talking about, this is why structure is so important. So just like looking back at what we were talking about on Sol. So whenever we saw this at the highs, we got bearish on Sol, right? Because you have a daily structure break. You have a daily SFP break of structure. Right? This is a pattern that you guys should all recognize by now, right? Whether it occurs at the lows or at the highs, it doesn't really matter. But it normally gives you a very nice reaction. So we have that. We come back down. We were planning on coming to the order block, pink box here. It looks like we had to grab the liquidity in this low as well. Kind of come back to, I believe that's like a macro 382. Yeah, like a macro 382 here. Let's see, did we get any structure on the 4 hour yet? Okay, so Sol still has a little bit more work to do. So you want to see Sol come above like 216 and then come down for his mitigation and then go. So this is kind of the path that I'd look for. Where it's going to dip down to kind of just depends whether it's like this block here or this block here. We haven't mitigated this accumulation range either. Generally, with the breaks that we've seen in the past on Sol, we've seen when the 4 hour breaks, we've usually seen it come back to like the golden pocket. Yeah, like you break 4 hour here. So this was more of a shallower retracement. But the way you can spot these, if we go back in time, let's just mark this. If you go to like our 15-minute, so when you come down for this kind of mitigation move, right? So it starts with like the 15-minute breaking bearish, right? So you hit like some sort of key resistance here, and then you break your 15-minute bearish. And that's, like I was saying on Bitcoin, right? That's just a setup for us to then break back bullish, right? So you come down, and then you break structure bullishly, and then they SFP'd you out here. But again, if you get stopped out here, right, once you see this trade, I believe the 1 hour was a lot cleaner here as well. But you see this SFP break of structure, right? It's the same pattern we were just talking about on the daily, right? You set that pattern, kind of what we saw on ETH before, right? You get the break of structure, flag out to load up, and then off to the races. So really, most assets, so Sol hasn't quite broke 4 hour structure yet, but most assets are breaking their 4 hour structure, which means, okay, we could be in the start of a new 4 hour uptrend. So this is where you're going to build your swing trades, right? On this pullback, and then you're looking for the small time frame breaks of structure, getting in, TP1 is at the high, and then if you want to leave a runner, you can leave a runner. And if we go back to the other one, so you might have had to use a smaller time frame here. This was the shallower retracement because they didn't really give you 15. But I mean, even if you used 15, right, your stop loss would have to be a lot bigger. But once you broke that 15-minute market structure bullish again, it was off to the races again, right? Pretty nice move. But that looks like it was pretty clean if we use a smaller time frame. Oh man. What was the date there? June 29th. Yeah, so like these opportunities, they don't come like I mean they come often, right? But these 4 hour breaks are definitely times when you want to take action. I already forgot what I said. It's June something. Oh, it won't go back that far. Okay. Was it 1 hour structure here at the lows? Yeah, so like they gave you 1 hour on this bottom on Sol. So you got your SFP and your break of structure on your 1 hour, and then it was gone. So we're in innocent until proven guilty on most coins. Again, Sol needs to prove itself. It needs to come above 1609. After it does that, we're in innocent until proven guilty. You're just looking for a bullish break after a pullback to get back in to run it up to the highs and continue up. Cool. All right, we can look at you guys' coins now. Hype? Yeah, we can look at hype. Hype. Okay. Okay, so very similar to Solana, right? So you kind of get the clue up here. This was just like a regular break of structure. It might have been like a range deviation we could see, but you get your daily, yeah, you get your daily barrier break. You also get a range deviation for those of you that follow that on the channel. And then you get your daily bearish break of structure here, and then you pretty much dump down, right? Come down to this unmitigated demand here. That was really clean. Let's look at 4 hour. Okay, so hype is ahead of Solana. It's similar to Bitcoin. So you have this 4 hour break of structure. And now you're kind of getting that mitigation push now. Let's look at like a smaller time frame. So you already got your 15-minute bear break here. You come back up to retest like this upper supply area. Continue down. Yeah, so you're currently under bearish structure on the 15-minute. Where would I like to see this come? So we kind of have a lot of areas on the 15 of demand. Let's check our 4 hour again. So we do have our golden pocket down here. It's definitely a nice area of confluence because we would grab all the liquidity in this lower wick here. So that would be one area that I'd be watching here. But really, I would be happy with it bouncing kind of anywhere in this demand that we're currently in this range. If we come back down to sweep these lows, that's even better, and we're just looking for some sort of market structure break there. I would like to get a better risk to reward those. Like if we break the 15 here, you would have to hold that trade for much longer to make this stop loss worth it. So if we continue to sweep lower and get like a tighter stop loss, that would be more appealing to me to run to the highs. Because the RR is just not going to be there right now. Let's check. Yeah, because you're bearish on the 12 hour, you're bearish on the daily. 4 hour, yeah, you would need to get the risk to reward there. Yeah, so there's two trades I would take. Either a better risk to reward trade where it comes down and gives you like a smaller stop loss to run to the highs, or coming down to this golden pocket, getting some sort of structure break there, and then running that to the highs. This would be amazing because it would grab all the liquidity in these lows. Oh, what's your TPs? Oh, nice. You're in a long already? Cool. Okay. What's your entry on your long? So you can use structure to identify where to take some profit, but I would set alarms at these three levels. So that would be at like 49, 50, and 52, and look for some sort of like 15-minute bearish shift there, and maybe just take a little bit off the table. It'd be nice to run it all the way back up to the highs, but yeah, you definitely don't want to round trip it, right? So if you get some sort of bearish indication at either 49, 50, or 52, I would consider taking some profit off there. But it did just break 4 hour structure. It's just mitigating right now. So depending on where you got in 42, yeah, you're probably chilling. Yeah, I would look to shave off some profit at these levels, and then ultimately you're aiming up here. If you want to move one, you can move this one here. So you can do like 50, 52, 55, and then the highs. That's kind of how I would play it. Great long though. 42 is a great entry. Of course. Yeah, we can look at Chill Guy. How is Chill Guy doing? Okay, so we broke structure here. Dumped. Alright, let's redo this. Okay, so Chill Guy hasn't yet broken 4 hours, so it is a little behind, so it would need to prove itself as well. So if you're looking to long Chill Guy, you want to see it break 4 cents. You want to see a break of 4 cents, a mitigation, and then continuation. If it doesn't do that, it's likely just coming back to the low. So I would be patient. I would set an alarm at 4 cents. When that breaks, then you can say it's innocent until proven guilty, and you're just looking to get back in on some sort of mitigation, probably around where we are right now. Let's see. So last time it broke 4 hour, it did a shallow mitigation for continuing the downtrend. Yeah, I would be patient. I would wait for a break of structure on the 4 hour and then some sort of mitigation. And then on this, I would want like 15-minute structure. This would be a 15-minute structure break. Target 1, target 2. Oh, what's up, HRJ? Good to see you, bro. Adam? Yeah, we can look at Adam. Jen, does that answer your question on Chill Guy? Okay, cool. All right. Is Adam finally waking up, HRJ? Let's grab the Bybit chart. Man. Okay. That's more history on another one. Okay, so I do like that Adam is under daily bullish market structure, consolidating sideways. Comes back down to the bottom of the range, accumulation range, comes back up. Let's see, it's a 4 hour bullish yet. So really with Adam, since it's already under daily bullish market structure here, we would favor a 4 hour bullish or a 4 hour break more because it aligns with the daily. Let's check the 4 hour. So it still has more work to do, but it's definitely nice to watch if you can. I would set your alarm at like 4.2. If you can come above 4.2, come down to mitigate, get it on a mitigation long, you can look to run it up take some profit like this 4.4 level, and then ultimately liquidity targets in the highs. But you would be ultimately aiming at this daily week high. So you could leave a runner all the way up here. That's a very, very nice risk to reward, depending on how you get your stop loss. You could run this up. Yeah, that's not bad at all. So with this one, you might even be able to just enter on the 4-hour structure break. See what the RR is. That's a 4 risk to reward. Yeah, you could take this on the 4-hour market structure break, but it just depends on how precise you want to be with your risk to reward. If you don't have time to be on the charts all the time, you can just set an alert at 4.2, and then once that breaks, you can take this trade. If you have a little bit more time, you can try to get in on this mitigation and try to get that much higher RR trade to the highs. Just be aware these are your barriers along the way. You just watch for structure at these areas, but you would be targeting the daily week high. Yeah, not bad, man. What's up, Cubanidian? Good to see you. Plasma, XPO. Yeah, sure, we can look at it. Let's see. Let me look at the weekly on. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it still has some work to do on breaking 4-hour, but I don't hate it. So you have like your weekly bullish break here, and then you pull the low twice. Yeah, I don't hate Adam. It just needs to confirm. If it doesn't confirm, you're likely pulling this low again. Cool. Is there any other coins you guys want to look at? I'll pull up XPL here. Is this the right coin? I'm gonna assume. Is this the one? I'm gonna assume this is the one. Okay, so daily pump here. It's kind of new, so there's not too much we can do on it. We can look at key areas of interest that we'd expect the price to come back to. So you have a 4-hour strong low right here. Let's see, do we have 1 hour to play with here? We do have 1 hour to play with. So you break your 1-hour bearish here, get a little bit of a dump, you set a high. So 30-minute. Okay, so there's kind of 2 local plays that I see. So, well, I guess 3, but we'll talk about the 2 that I see here first. So, did we pull that? We did. So we have like a bullish SFP here. So we just need the confirmation, the break of structure on the other side. And then everything's going to be bullish on this coin in terms of time frames, in terms of higher time frames because it's so new. And then you have like a 4 risk to reward trade to the highs on the 30-minute. So I like this play. So I would set an alert for like your for like 125. You close above that on the 30-minute, you can take this trade. Alternatively, I like 1 hour, but the 1 hour high is up here. So if you do break 1 hour here, get some sort of mitigation, get in on like a 5-minute break here, you can also take that, the same target. And then the third trade that I see would just be a 4-hour SFP of the low with a 5-minute structure break. So you can set an alert on this low here around like 111.50, and then you want to see it reclaim the range and close a 5-minute structure break bullish. And then that would be your largest RR, because that would be a full range rotation back to the highs. That'd be like a 14-to-1 risk to reward. That'd be great. That's kind of what I see on this coin. Otherwise, the bearish scenario is you close a 4-hour candle below this low, like 111.53, and then what you're looking for is like 1 hour structure coming down into here, and you'll take that to attack the highs. Obviously, you'll take some profit along the way, but that's kind of the bullish scenario is going to be one of these 3 trades, right? You can kind of front run the hour with the 30-minute. I do like SFP breakup structures, so if you get that in the 30-minute, I would expect to move up. I would expect you to hit your head here, so you could take some off the table there if you wanted to, but mainly you'd be targeting the weak high. And then this SFP trade is great too. That's kind of the bullish and bearish scenario I see on this. Beam? Yeah, we can look at Beam. Okay. Let's look at Beam. Of course, man. No problem. Okay, so Beam is still under daily bearish structure after pulling this low. Kind of like range deviation SFP though. After pulling this high, it's kind of range bound. We gotta zoom in. Let's see. Let's go to 4 hour. So you come down on your 4 hour. You break the 4 hour bullish. Let's see. So you break it bearish. Break it back bullish. Break it bearish again. Yeah, so this would have been your 4 hour break. Then you break it bearish again here. Man, there's a lot of structure breaks on this. So your 4 hour strong high is up here. Oh wait, actually, you could consider it being here. I kind of like that a little bit better. So that would be a 4 hour break that just happened. We'd kind of be looking at a pullback to decision demand here. I kind of like this more. Let's take a fib. No, you wouldn't do that. Yeah, no. Sorry. Yeah, no, the high's up here. This is still under bearish 4 hour. Check out the 1 hour. Yeah, it's kind of bearish on a lot of time frames. And you break your 15-minute bearish here, and then you SFP the highs. I mean, this could work out for you, but to be honest with you, I don't really feel comfortable giving a trade on this. There's so many mixed signals here. It's kind of just ranging, consolidating sideways. I would much prefer getting like a clean break of daily structure, which would involve coming above here at like a penny. There's still massive upside to like the high area, but it is taking quite a risk in here. Yeah, I would trade other coins at this point on this one. I mean, you can probably get away with scalping like the 5-minute using like EMAs or yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of Beam right now, to be honest with you. I just think there's cleaner setups on other coins. If you're gonna trade something, maybe this 30-minute here. Yeah. Okay, if you really want to be trading Beam for some reason, like if you get a 30-minute close above here, let's see what the RR would be. You could take that, but yeah, I think other coins look better. If it has any chance to climb back up? Oh, that's a way easier question to answer. So if a penny breaks, yeah, yeah, or sorry, yeah. If a penny breaks, yeah. If a penny breaks, you have a shot of coming back into these levels. So like 1, 5, and then 2 cents. So depending on where you bought, I would say if a penny breaks, there's a very good likelihood that it comes here and here. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, for sure. No problem. And that's 14 or penny, 4 cents, and 2 pennies, basically. All right, cool, guys. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to look at? Let's see how Bitcoin's doing. Yeah, strong lows are the same. We haven't taken this high yet. If we take this high, the strong low moves here, but for now it stays here. So the TA on Bitcoin remains the same. You're looking at you break 114. You may have a 5-minute play down in here. You break this on the 1 hour, and we're likely going to get what we're really looking for, which is one of these retracements. And guys, if a lot of you guys showed up late to the stream, so in the first 15 minutes of the stream, I do all of the Bitcoin TA. So if you guys are late after the stream, go back to the beginning, watch the first 15 minutes. That's where you're going to get everything you need for trading Bitcoin for the week. So definitely check that out. I appreciate all you guys being here. I appreciate all the likes. If there aren't any more coins you guys want to look at, well, my name is Wave Cipher. Make sure you join the free learning Discord pin at the top of the chat. I am over being sick, so we're going to have a normal week of streaming this week. Appreciate all you guys being here. Much love. Trade safe. Wave Cipher out.